This is Mac OS Ken.
Apple has snuck in a SuperCycle. The date is set for the next earnings call, and an attempt to block Apple Watch. It is Thursday, the 1st of July, 2021. I'm Ken Ray, and this is news from Mac OS Ken, brought to you by yours truly and sponsored by Notion. One workspace for your whole team. Get collaborating with $250 off at notion.so and use promo code MacOSCan. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/MacOSCan. While the world waits and debates whether another iPhone SuperCycle is possible, Apple seems to have pulled off another iPhone SuperCycle. iDownload blog has word of a new number from Counterpoint Research. That number, 100 million. According to the report, Apple's iPhone 12 mini, iPhone 12, iPhone 12 Pro, and iPhone 12 Pro Max collectively reached over 100 million sales since its launch late last year, which means just 7 months later, Apple has sold a lot of the iPhone 12. Now, I'm not sure why they're saying 7 months. The same iDownload blog piece says iPhone 12 actually passed the 100 million units mark in April. Not only does this almost match the iPhone 6's launch, according to the report, but it actually beats the iPhone 11 lineup's 100 million units sold mark by a full 2 months. Counterpoint says two factors pushed the phone's sales into ludicrous speed. The first is 5G, and the second is OLED across the entire line. Interestingly as well, people have been buying bigger. According to Counterpoint, there has also been a shift in model preferences between the iPhone 11 and iPhone 12 series. Consumers preferred the highest version of the iPhone 12 series during the first 7 months after the series launch. The share of the Pro Max version in the iPhone 12 series sales was 29%, compared to the 25% for the same model of the iPhone 11 series. This is also one of the reasons for the iPhone 12 series grossing 22% more revenue than the iPhone 11 series in the first 7 months of its launch. Folks wanting to check Counterpoint's work only have a few weeks to wait. No, Apple will not say how many of what it sold, but it will talk revenue on the third quarter earnings call, which now has a date. Mac Daily News had the Cupertino crew saying Wednesday that earnings will be released and the call with investors held on Tuesday, the 27th of July. Assuming it's business as usual, the company will release earnings after the bell. Then at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, Apple execs will get on the blower with analysts. You can catch the call live on Apple's Investor Relations page. It'll also be out as a podcast a couple of hours later, and of course, we'll hit the call harder on the next day's edition of Mac OS Ken. With LG exiting the smartphone game, Apple's giving owners of those phones incentive to switch. Apple Insider says the Cupertino company has added 4 of the future former phone makers' phones to its trade-in program. According to the piece, Apple is now accepting LG V60 Think 5G for up to $180 in trade, LG V50 Think 5G for up to $125, LG V40 Think for up to $65, and LG G8 Think for up to $70 each. There's a new option for customers of Apple in China: in-store pickup. No, it's not new to a lot of us, though it is new to shoppers in the Middle Kingdom. In mainland China, says a piece from Apple Insider, buyers can now place orders through apple.com.cn and select pickup at checkout. Product availability can be checked by selecting one of Apple's 42 outlets in the region, and Apple says many products and accessories will be in stock. Products listed as available today should be ready to pick up about an hour after payment. No guesswork required, though. They will be notified when the stuff is actually ready. Alternatively, the piece says buyers can schedule a pickup time for faster service. Basically, what I'm saying is it's in-store pickup. Public beta testers, the fun has begun. Yet another piece from Apple Insider says Apple on Wednesday released the first public betas of iOS 15, iPadOS 15, tvOS 15, and watchOS 8. It's kind of a surprise since Apple had said that public testing wouldn't start until sometime in July. Remember, betas are not for mission-critical devices, especially early betas. That said, if you have spare devices laying around or just want to live on the bleeding edge, you can find out more and join the beta program at beta.apple.com. More news in a moment, but first a word from Notion, one workplace for your whole team. Wiki may sound like an old word, but now more than ever, teams need a central hub for their information and their work. That's where Notion comes in. One place for notes, docs, projects, everyday work that goes way beyond a wiki. You can collaborate in real time, tailor workflows to your team's specific needs, and share simply. Personally, I hate the way a lot of collaboration tools let the collaborating part get in the way. I mean, I like being able to see who's made what changes, but I really like just seeing the work without all the notes. That is one thing that has impressed me with Notion. Hundreds of thousands of teams worldwide are already saving time, getting more done, and making work easier for team members with Notion. See what your team can do with it. Notion is currently running a special offer to listeners of this show. Go to notion.so and use promo code MacOSCan to get $250 off its annual team plan. That's multiple months free for your growing team. Don't forget, that's notion.so. Enter promo code MacOSCan during checkout. Get collaborating with $250 off at notion.so and use promo code MacOSCan. Despite protests, Apple is still planning to bring folks back to the office this fall. Early in June, a piece from Mac Rumors says Apple CEO Tim Cook wrote to employees, letting them know his plan to call them back to in-person work 3 days a week beginning in September. Some employees weren't too keen. Cook's letter prompted a return letter. It had a group of Apple employees saying that without the flexibility of choosing between remote and in-person work, they feel they have to choose between either a combination of our families, our well-being, and being empowered to do our best work, or being a part of Apple. I'll see your letter and raise you a video. Or Deirdre will. The piece says Apple's Senior VP of Retail and People, Deirdre O'Brien, sent a video message to staff this week. A piece from The Verge has her saying in that, "We believe that in-person collaboration is essential to our culture and our future. If we take a moment to reflect on our unbelievable product launches this past year, the products and the launch execution were built upon the base of years of work that we did when we were all together in person. Still, everything's not for everybody." The piece says Apple will offer some employees the flexibility of remote work, though that'll be decided on a case-by-case basis, with any new remote positions requiring executive approval. The healthcare technology company Masimo has brought another action against Apple. It was right at the end of the before times, mid-January 2020, that the company sued Apple over heart monitoring tech in Apple Watch. The company actually said that Apple had approached it about a partnership in 2013. then instead poached Masimo's chief medical officer, the chief technology officer from Masimo's sister company Circucore, and other employees. Not sure who was left to file suit after that, but file suit they did, and they're doing something similar again. Cult of Mac says Masimo is suing over the blood oxygen features in Apple Watch Series 6. They're not petitioning Apple, though. Rather, the company has asked the U.S. International Trade Commission to bar the import of the Series 6 watches into the States. Quoting the cult, Masimo alleged that Apple's smartwatch infringes 5 patents for devices that measure blood oxygen levels via light transmitted through the body. The company said the patents are central to its business, and Apple unfairly copied key features. Also, Apple's implementation stinks. That's paraphrasing. What Masimo actually said was Apple heavily markets that feature of the Series 6 to give the watch the appearance of a medical device, yet hidden from the millions of purchasers of the Series 6, Apple warns in the fine print that the blood oxygen measurements should not be relied upon for medical purposes. No word in the piece on next steps from the ITC. News of another new series for Apple TV+. The Cupertino streamer issued a press release Wednesday announcing a series order for City on Fire. That's said by Apple to be inspired by the Garth Risk Hallberg novel of the same name. According to Apple's description, in City on Fire, an NYU student is shot in Central Park on the 4th of July, 2003. Samantha Chikaro is alone. There are no witnesses and very little physical evidence. Her friend's band is playing her favorite downtown club, but she leaves to meet someone, promising to return. She never does. As the crime against Samantha is investigated, she's revealed to be the crucial connection between a series of mysterious citywide fires, the downtown music scene, and a wealthy uptown real estate family fraying under the strain of the many secrets they keep. If that sounds like a nighttime soap, it probably should. The series comes to Apple by way of the company's first look deal with Fake Empire. That's the production banner for Josh Schwartz and Stephanie Savage. A piece from iMore says those two are best known for their work on the hit shows The OC and Gossip Girl. We'll end the day with 2 stories of older tech. First, you can add another Mac to Apple's list of vintage products. A piece from Mac Rumors says the 2015 12-inch Retina MacBook has landed on that list. Devices hit the list when they've been off the market for more than 5 years, but less than 7. At 7 years, they're deemed obsolete. And finally today, an update for Lion and Mountain Lion. Oh yeah, I heard me. According to a piece from Apple Insider, users still hanging on to older Macs no longer have to pay $20 for their macOS 10 download thanks to new Apple support documents. Apple stopped charging for new versions of the Mac operating system with macOS 10 10.9 Mavericks. But as recently as this week, if you needed or wanted a download of Lion or Mountain Lion, you still had to pay the $20. Not anymore. In new support documents discovered by Macworld, the piece says, Apple will allow users to access the download codes for those old operating systems for free. Great for people who want to party or compute like it's 9 or 10 years ago. macOS Can, brought to you by me and sponsored by Notion. One workspace for your whole team. Get collaborating with $250 off at notion.so and use promo code macOSCan. This show is also supported by people like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/macOScan. advertising handled by Backbeat Media, online at backbeatmedia.com. You can reach me a couple of ways. Info at macosken.com or call 716-780-4080. Until next time, that is news from macOS Ken. I'm Ken Ray.
Ciao.